Hey, Sassy. Happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday. What you doing? I know you're glad to be off. I know you've been glad to be working from home for these past couple of days. I know. Happy Friday. Yes, happy Friday. It is hot out here today. It's hot out here today. I'm not going to even lie to you. This feels like a warm up instead of a cool down. It is hot out here today. It is hot, hot, hot. The wind, like it's breezy, but it's hot. It's hot. It's hot. It's breezy, but it's hot. Uh, can you hear it? Can you hear that wind blowing? But it's still hot. It's hot today. I know it's at least like maybe 84, 85. Hey everybody, happy Friday. I see you 5 people. Hit that thumbs up. I got 1 like. Give me 2, 3, 4 more. Okay? Give me 4 more. If you want to. If you want to. If you don't, hit up Friday. Are you guys fed up of the work week? Are you fed up with work? I bet you guys are all fed up with work, right? And for those weekend warriors, uh-oh, it's that time. Some of y'all have probably already clocked in. The weekend warriors, you guys have already clocked in, haven't you? Signed in, clocked in, written yourselves in, whatever it is that you do. Some of y'all don't have to do anything. You just go. It's windy and 66 degrees. That sounds good. That sounds good. I wish it was like that here. I wish it was like that here. These 80s don't play. Okay? The 80s don't play. It's hot. It is hot. It is hot. So are you guys fed up? Tell me what made you what did you get fed up with this week? Is there anything that you got fed up with this week? Is there anything you got fed up with this week? If it is, tell us all about it. Tell us all about it. What did you do? What did you do to solve the problem? Or did you just let it all work out? You know, sometimes things just work out. Sometimes we don't have to really do anything. We just have to wait. Wait it out. Wait it out. Especially when it's getting close to the end of the week. Hey, sometimes you just wait it out and just let it all work out. I can't see the phone right now, y'all. This is the sun. Y'all know how the sun is. I started to do my cool down on my elliptical. I just started to stay on the elliptical because it's hot out here. And I might end up going back inside. I'm trying to see, but I can't see. I'll see in a minute. I'll see in a minute. Is that Sassy? Is anybody else in here? If so, if you're still in here, please say hello. Please say hello and welcome anybody else who may have come into the live chat. And I will stop when I get to near a tree, and I will say hello to everybody personally. But as of right now, hey y'all. Hey, can I see now? Let me see. Is that Girl Dad? Hey Girl Dad, welcome into the chat. How you doing? Are you fed up with anything today? It's Fed Up Friday. Are you fed up? Look, some people are just fed up and ready to go home. Not really fed up with anything in particular. They just want to go home. Y'all know how it feels when you just want to go home. Have you ever been out? And I'm not talking about like at work or at something that's like not fun. Sometimes you can be out like at a party, you know, at a fun event. You can be at a family function. And then after a while, you're just fed up and you're just ready to go home. Like, You're not really ticked off or anything. You're not fed up with family. Sometimes you're just ready to go home. Are you guys fed up with school? High school graduations are approaching. College graduations are approaching. I know you guys are fed up. Just fed up and ready to be done. Fed up and ready to be done. Fed up, fed up, fed up, fed up. And you know what? When I graduated from high school and from college, especially from college, I wasn't really fed up with school. I was just fed up with the work. But like the good parts, like I wasn't fed up with, just the campus. Uh, I wasn't fed up with college life as far as like, you know, uh, when you're doing these group projects and stuff like that. Now that kind of stuff I like. But like just as far as like school itself, yeah, I was like, let's get out of here. I'm fed up. Like I'm fed up. But the thing about school for me is I'm one of those people who could go to school like go, 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 go. Just take a break sometimes. Just take a break sometimes. As long as you're working on the next degree, take your break and go back. Like I was saying the other day, sometimes you have people who are lifelong learners. And I think we all are lifelong learners, or we all can be. But I mean in a different sense, like academically. Some people never get tired of school. They get their bachelor's, they get their master's, they get their PhD. They just go on and on and on and on and on and on. You see so many initials behind their names. And they work. I'm not talking about the people who just want to go to school and don't ever want to work. I'm talking about some people are lifelong learners. They love school. Yeah, I cannot see this chat. I have not gotten near a tree yet. I had to stop for a minute. Let's see. Okay, I see girl dad. I see, I don't know what that name is. I just see some emojis. I don't know what that name is. Welcome into the chat. I hope you're not cutting up. I hope you're being good. I hope you're being good to me in the chat. Okay? Okay, I can see a little bit now. Okay, 66. Happy Friday, girl dad. And everyone in the chat. Hey, Sassy. Girl dad said hello. Sassy said hello. Hey, Melissa. Hey, hon. Hey, Maz. Hey, girl dad. Melissa. Oh, Melissa. When you were out today, it was so breezy and it looked so nice. Oh my goodness, it looks so nice. Y'all go over there and check out Melissa's video, her live from earlier today. I think she may have done another one too. But check out the one where she's outside. She's at the restaurant and she's having a meal. Melissa, that wind was blowing through your hair. And I could tell it just felt so good. It felt so good. It felt so good. Y'all, it's that time of the year though. It's that time to start going on vacations. Spring break is already passed for those who, go on their spring breaks and everything. And of course it's still spring, but hey, it's time to hit the beaches. It's just time to get out and have some fun. Even if you don't go to the beach, like it's time for those Vegas trips, Aruba, Dubai. I'm talking about those real good trips. Now, if you can't leave home for that amount of time, because if you're going to Aruba or Dubai or somewhere like that, you want to at least be off a good week. So if you can't leave for a week, spend you a good 3-day weekend at a local beach or a nearby beach. And if you're not a beach person, that's okay too. Go to a theme park. Go to Disney World. Go somewhere where you can, go to Six Flags even. Get in some water. And for those who don't like to travel, maybe that's a good thing for you to do. Just chill out. Hit the pool. Y'all, that's the thing about hot weather. It burns. But you can have so much fun when it's hot outside. Not to say you can't have fun in the winter, but you can have so much fun when it's hot outside. Melissa says, hey, Sassy, I've never been out of the country. You haven't? Um, no, Sassy, you have to drop it. Just click on her name and go to Melissa's channel. And you remember how to drop the links, don't you? I truly believe in trying something new or different. Yes, Melissa, yes. Me too. Me too. It's like, girl, you get bored. That's what we were talking about yesterday. Like, the things, like these kids love video games and stuff. But when I do see families like with their young kids and stuff, it's like there's so much more to do now than it was when my kids were little. And then I thought about it. I was like, it's not so much that there's more to do. It's just kind of like the way people do things now. You know, sometimes it's just the way people do things now. And a lot of it wasn't so much that it's so much more to do, but I can just remember working a lot. Like I would work 16-hour shifts. I would be at work, and if we had a call off, someone didn't want to come to work, there were like 2 or 3 of us. We would always take the extra shifts. And you know, when you're doing that, you're thinking money for your family, money for your kids, so that when you do take a vacation, you know, you can have the resources. But at the same time, if you're working so much, you don't get to, you know, enjoy them the way that you probably would have if you weren't working as much. So sometimes when people ask, like, if there's one thing you could do different or something you could do different, even though I spent a lot of time with my kids, that's one of the things I would do different. I would just try to spend even more time with them, like as far as having fun, like taking vacations together, you know, just being more relaxed. Because I spent a lot of time with my kids, but you know, when we spend time with our kids, a lot of times it's like hustle and bustle. It's like, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. It's always like go to school, go to work, pick them up, do homework. And then you get those breaks like for Christmas, for spring break, the Thanksgiving break. And when my kids were going to school, Thanksgiving break wasn't a week. It was only 2 days. Like they had to go to school Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and they were out Thanksgiving. They were out Thanksgiving and the day after, Black Friday. So, you know, so they were in school over half the week. You got the holiday off. And then Friday, you were running around, you know, with doing it, sales and stuff, if that's what you did. And even if you were just chilling out watching football or sports or something, you know, Saturday and Sunday flew by and it was time for them to go back to school. So it's kind of like we would go places during the Christmas break, the spring break, and over the summer. But I wish I had taken off more during the winter. And I wish I had gone more places during the summer. Because, you know, summer, they're out, but I still had to work. I still had to work. So that's one thing that, excuse me, y'all, that's one thing that I wish I could have done, is just like have more fun. Go on more outings and things like that. Y'all know I can't see this phone again. I hope y'all are chatting amongst each other. I hope that you guys are having a fantastic Friday. I know I said Fed Up Friday, but it doesn't have to be fed up for something, you know, bad. It could be you're just fed up with the week and you're ready for the weekend. And it can be those, you know, we have a lot of people who only work on weekends. You're fed up with being home all weekend. You're ready to go to work, you know, and then you could be fed up with something that ticked you off. There's a lot of things. Thank you, Melissa. I appreciate it. Let's see. I'm trying to read y'all because I couldn't see, so I was just running my mouth. I've been to mostly every state, but never been to another country. Really, Sassy? Melissa says, Sassy, I want to go to every state that's on my bucket list. Yes, just go and just have fun. You're welcome, Melissa. You're welcome. Y'all, if y'all want to laugh, let me tell you something. Melissa will make you laugh. Her laugh itself will make you laugh. When Melissa gets tickled, Melissa, when you get tickled, it's so funny to me. It is so funny to me. when you get going, Melissa, and the chat gets going, and you find something funny, I get so tickled. Y'all, if y'all want a good hearty laugh, go over to Melissa's channel. Even if you don't think it's funny what she's laughing at, when you hear, y'all know how some people just have an infectious laugh. Y'all go over there and get you a good laugh, because it's drama free. It's no drama. It's no drama. She does reviews, and her reviews are, how do you say? Because y'all know some people do reviews and they are like, I won't even say what they're like. But Melissa does reviews and they're lighthearted. They're lighthearted. They're lighthearted. So go over there and check out her channel if you don't mind. And who busts all this glass? Oh my goodness, y'all. You can't even walk. I don't know what's been going on lately. Lately it's been more litter. And y'all know I don't like litter. And it's just like somebody just dropped stuff. Like they just threw a bag out. Threw a bag out. The bottle burst. There are cans here, here, and here. And kids play out here. You know, kids play out here. People are so inconsiderate. They are so inconsiderate. You dropped thank you, Sassy. Thank you. Did you drop yours as well? Please drop your channel. You guys, please check out Sassy as well. Check out every content creator in this chat, whether they're a content creator or a mod. Check them out. Support people, support people, support people, and especially support positive content, okay? Especially support positive content. Sassy, it was so hot out here. I didn't even know. I was like, am I gonna cool down outside, or am I gonna stay inside today? But I was like, hey, look, you gotta do what you gotta do. It's not quite 90 something yet. So as long as it's not in the 90s, then something's trying to bite me. Then I was like, let me get out here so they can see my legs move. I want you guys to see my legs move. Let the movement encourage you to walk. You know, whether it's walking, jogging, skipping, running, dancing, whatever it is, let the legs encourage you to move. Move, move, move. That is the purpose of this live. To encourage you to move. Move, move. Bend those knees. Bend those elbows. Move those shoulders. Walk, walk, walk. Move those hip bones. Walk, 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 walk. Walk in a way that gets you a little bit tired. Okay? Walk in a way that you get a little bit tired so that you know you're putting in some work. It's probably humid. No, it's not humid. Thank goodness. Because if it was humid, I probably would have stayed inside. Yeah, if it was humid, I would have stayed inside. And since I've been out here, the wind has been blowing more and more, and it's got like a cool feel to it. So thank goodness it's not humid. Because I got off my elliptical and I looked outside, and it was cloudy. So I know cloudy doesn't mean cool, but I was hoping, because I hadn't been outside today. I was off. So I looked out and it was cloudy, and I was like, okay, hopefully it's cool. Now, when I first came out here, it wasn't exactly humid then either. It was kind of dry. To be honest, it was kind of dry. Just kind of dry, if that makes sense. Not dry and humid, just dry. And then the wind started to blow, and it's blowing a little bit more, and it has a cool feel to it. So the wind feels good. And that's probably why I'm still out here. Because at first, when I first started, I was like, I don't know about this. I don't know. I might have to go get back on Ellie. Ellie my elliptical. Ellie my elliptical is my best friend. I'm telling y'all, she doesn't lie. If I feel like Ellie is lying, then I need to change her batteries, okay? Whenever I feel like Ellie is lying, I'm like, maybe I need to change her batteries. Because Ellie won't lie to you. She will not lie to you. Your equipment, your exercise equipment, it won't lie to you. Sometimes your friends will lie to you, right? Y'all know how we have those friends who are brutally honest, and sometimes it makes us mad. Well, Ellie's gonna be honest, okay? She's gonna be honest. I won't say she's brutally honest, But she's honest because by the time you get on Ellie or any equipment, you already know what it is anyway. Especially the scales. When you get on the scales, now when you get on your equipment, you pretty much know what you do. You know what your you know what range you typically fall in. You know how much work you're gonna put in. You know how many calories you typically burn, unless you're going for more. You know, you're trying to go for more. So she's not brutally truthful, but she's truthful. She's truthful. Sassy says, I sit outside for 30 minutes on my lunch break. I needed some sun. It felt so good. Really? My two friends are downstairs, one in the garage. They sure do not lie. I'm telling you, they do not lie. Okay? Those friends, they do not lie. If they lie, look, let me tell you. Like I said, you know what you typically do, right? So if they start to look like they're lying to you, one of two things is going on. Either you've made a lot of progress. No, three things. You've made a lot of progress. You're not making progress. Or those batteries need changing. Those batteries need changing. So either you're making progress, you aren't making progress, or those batteries need changing. Not see worth a flip. Somebody called me and I couldn't see who it was. I could answer the phone. Look, I saw the red and the green. I was able to answer the phone, but I couldn't see them. Am I back, y'all? Okay, I'm back. Oh my goodness. Of course, they called me right back. Y'all know, I have a cousin that knows every time I go live. Y'all remember, like last summer, she would always call me right when I go live. And then the first thing she says is, are you live? Like, you know that interrupts the stream, right? That interrupts the stream. We don't want nothing being interrupted, nothing new, nothing different. Nothing interrupting my stream. Jeez. So I go a different time, a new time, and guess what? She does something new. Calls me at the new time. She calls me at the new time. I'm like, ooh, somebody's barbecuing, y'all. Oh my goodness. Somebody is grilling out. Oh my God, it smells so good. When I tell you it smells so good, I'm about to ask for a piece. I have to do that. That's what I'm gonna do this summer, y'all. When I walk, I'm gonna if I see someone grilling, I'm just gonna walk up to them and ask for a piece. Sassy, if you're still here, what do you think about that? When I see people grilling, I'm gonna walk up to them and ask for a piece. We're going to see who's friendly. We're going to see who's friendly and who's not. Lord, I don't know this phone is rotating. It's not even on. I don't even have it set to rotate. I'm getting so annoyed. Goodness. There it is. You turn your ringer off. I took my ringer off and put on no disturb mode when I go to the park and walk. Yeah, right. See, I guess the only reason I don't do that is because I want everybody to be able to get through, like the kids and stuff. So, oh my goodness, so I don't do it. But, and it's not really even that bad. What's bad is the person who knows I might be live, you know? And they know usually what time I go live, and they do it. That's what makes me mad. I'm like, that's who usually calls me. The main one who knows it. And then she thinks it's funny. Now, she was like, if it was work, I wouldn't do it. And I'm like, I'm gonna knock you out. I'm like, I'm gonna knock you out. You know how cousins get on your nerves. What are cousins? They say cousins are your first best friends. I feel like siblings are your first best friends. Cousins can be, especially if you're an only child, or if there's like a significant age gap between you and your siblings, or your sibling, then yes. But I think siblings of course, are our first. They're definitely, you know what? They're our first enemies. Who do you fuss with more than your siblings? You and your siblings, you like when they tick you off or you tick them off. There's an argument. So I think they're both. I won't call them enemies though. I won't call them enemies. I'll say sparring partner. Your sparring partners. Your siblings are your first best friends and your first sparring partners. Sometimes we stay into it with our siblings, or sometimes it's certain siblings, and sometimes we don't. Sometimes you love on them all the time. I love seeing two siblings who get along really, really good. You know, there's nothing wrong with fussing and fighting. It's all love, you know, until it's just like really bad. I guess it's all love until it's really bad. Because some people do have, relationship issues with their siblings, with their family members. But hopefully it's not, that bad. Hopefully it's not that bad. I'm trying to get to another shaded area, Sassy. See, if it's gonna be like this, oh my goodness. Today, I have not been able to see. It's like since I've come out here, the sun it hadn't gone in at all. When I was looking outside, before I got off of my elliptical, it was cloudy. And I was glad. I was like, well, okay, even if it's not, breezy or whatever, I'll be able to see the phone. Girl, I haven't been able to see the comments. When you guys were in here, when Girl Dad was in here, Melissa was in here, and all you guys were in here, I wasn't able to see the comments. I was trying my best. Oh, the grass or something was bothering me the past couple of days. So I said, hey, I'm gonna try goggles. So yeah, I have on goggles. I don't have on a mask today because the pollen is low. Pollen is low. So I figured it had to be grass. Something was irritating my eyes. And pollen has been low, even though it hasn't been raining. The pollen has been low, but the grass pollen has been high. I bet let me see, my neighbors never, they're never outside grilling. We are the only ones who grill here. Really? I'm surprised everybody doesn't come to your house, Sassy. I let my husband, mom, kids, and grandson know I'm out walking. My cousins and I are not close, but my siblings and I are really close. That's good. A lot of times, that's like the saying that they have on different stuff, like your cousins are your first best friends. But for me, I'm like, what about your siblings? But sometimes, again, people don't have siblings, so I can see, and even if you do, I can see both of them being your first, because that's going to be the only family that your parents are going to trust you around. And if you're like my mom, certain cousins, you couldn't go to their house either. Like my mom was real strict about who you could visit. And not to say anything negative about them, she was just raised that way. That you don't go to everybody's house. She was just raised that way. That you don't go to everybody's house, even if it's family, Because a lot of times, blood doesn't always make you family. And then even if it wasn't an issue, it's just that she didn't believe in that. Like all of that visiting friends all the time, that there were a select few, and you knew it wouldn't be a problem. She'd be like, yeah, you can go. But others, nah. She's like, you need to stay home. Something is broken, something happens, you won't be blamed because you will be at home. And a lot of people probably, hello. A lot of people are like, well, that's not the way to be. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because when you've seen things happen before, I've seen situations where, and this is family now, I've seen situations where cousins were at grandma's house, right? Grandma has their favorites. And as soon as something gets broken, or as soon as someone tears up the flower bed, and grandmama maybe didn't even see who did it, but her eyes turned to the non-favorite first. Did you kids? And it's almost like she doesn't have to call a name, but if the body language is pointing towards, what I'm saying? If you can pick it up, that you will be able to pick it up who she thinks did it, you know? And so that's how my parents were. They were like, nah, because, not that I say they'll do anything to you or will mistreat you, but when something happens, people are quicker to say that, I'll say the less related, the less related family member did it, you know? Hey, Key Kitchen. Key says, hey, Lines Pride. Hey, Sassy. Sassy says, right, I was raised the same way. Right, we couldn't go to everyone's house or eat from other. Exactly, Sassy. We couldn't go to everyone's house, and we couldn't eat at everyone's house. And there would be times where I remember one of our neighbors, an elderly lady, and she lived across the street, and it was that situation, kind of like the neighbors watch your kids, even if when you're not home. Like, certain neighbors knew when our parents were at work. So certain neighbors, of course, had the authority without even asking or without being told. If that neighbor said get in check, you get in check. Or if that neighbor saw you doing something that may not have been, healthy for you to be doing, then you better straighten up. Unless you can tell them that, okay, mom and dad said it's okay. So it was an elderly lady. She lived across the street, and every time she saw us doing something that she thought was questionable, she'd say something. And she was a loved member of the community, so, we knew. I'll say Miss Pearson. I was like, we knew that Miss Pearson, she was probably like 80 something years old. So we knew you better not back talk. But if it was something that we could do, we had permission, just let her know. And so, but that's how close we were. Like, it was still kind of like the village mentality. There were certain members, there were other members too, not just Miss Pearson, there were other members too that we better do what they said if our parents weren't home, unless our parents had given us permission to do whatever it is. And so, one day we were at Miss Pearson's house. It was my mom, we were with my mom, and it was just across the street. And she said, do y'all want some of this candy? And so we looked at our mom, and she was like, you don't have to look at your mother. And then we looked at mom like, and we like had that look like the scour on our faces, like, I know she didn't. And my mom laughed, and even Miss Pearson laughed, because she knew. How in the world will you say we don't have to look at our mother when you're the main one that keeps us in check when she's not around? You're one of the main ones to keep us in check when she's not around. So you know what it is. We wasn't taking candy, not even from her. It was from anybody, And she was one of the neighborhood village keepers. I'll say it like that. She was the neighborhood village keeper. If she said to do something, you did it. Don't do something, you don't do it, unless you had direct instructions from your parents that you could do it. If you were out riding the bike and it was getting a little bit close to first dark, if she said go in the house, then you say, hey, Miss Pearson, our mom, my dad said we could stay out here until whatever time. And it was cool, it was good. But it was so funny that there would be times when we would be at her house just to visit, because she was elderly. My parents go check on her and stuff. And she would offer us candy. And y'all know what kind of candy it was. But when you're little, you just think candy. Until you learn that it's not good. Or it's not really that it's not good. Some candies aren't good. But y'all know, what's the candy with the, it's like it has peppermint in it. has like, I don't even know what it has in it, but I think y'all know what I'm talking about. It's like the multicolored candy, and the candy pieces are all over the canister. If you look at the canister, that's what's in it. Y'all, that candy was not good. It wasn't good anyway. But before we really realized that it wasn't good, we just knew it was candy. So she would say, y'all want a piece of candy? And so we wouldn't say yes, we wouldn't say no. We looked directly at my mom, like straight at my mom. Like if we were sitting in a row, our heads went to the right. If she was sitting to the right, our heads went to the left. If she was sitting to the left. We were not taking that candy. Exactly, the village raised kids back in the day. Yes, yep, sure did. So, you know, we were not taking that candy, even though if our parents weren't home, you know, whether Miss Brown had permission or not, she was going to tell us what to do. Because like we said, it was just a village mentality. They didn't want to see you doing something that you shouldn't have been doing. Here's the thing. They didn't want to see you doing something that you shouldn't be doing. And they didn't want to see you out being too grown either. Because you can best believe the girls, if she saw us talking to any little boys in the neighborhood, it was reported. It was reported, y'all. Sassy, it's the peppermints, and it's like, it was like a yellow, green, red. It was like like a rectangular peppermint piece, and it was yellow, green. It's like, and they used to sell it a lot at Christmas time too. And I saw it in Walmart a couple of years ago. So it was like an old-fashioned type of candy. So I really didn't want any anyway, you know, because once you taste something that's not good a couple of times, even if it's sweet, it's like, I don't like that anyway. But we were so little then, we weren't quite sure. So when we looked to my mom, she was Miss Pearson was like, you don't have to look at your mother. And I was like, yes, we do. We were like, yes, we do. Now and it was so funny because, you know, she was my mother's elder. She was old enough to be my mom's grandma probably, and old enough to be our great grandparent. So, so she knew that there was a respect there from all of us, you know, my parents included. But at the same time, that respect only went so far because the respect for your parents came first. The respect for your parents came first. And so she knew that our parents respected her as well. But when it came to, now if our parents are around, of course we're going to do what they say. You know, that trumps everybody. That trumps everybody. The older people in our neighborhood used to love juicy fruit gum. That juicy fruit gum, that spearmint. Right. Exactly. It was, look, Sassy, in our neighborhood, it was the double mint gum. Because wasn't the double mint in the green pack? Juicy fruit was in the yellow pack. And was spearmint in the green pack? Butterscotch was another candy. Yes, they used to issue out. Yes. And oh my gosh, that candy corn. Oh my gosh. Especially around when Halloween came around, that candy corn. And you know, back then, if you was at somebody's, you know, they just poured the candy on a little dish or something. It didn't, unless it was for Halloween and you were out in the neighborhood, then they got the little individual packs, like the orange and black. What was that orange and black candy? Like it was like a peanut butter candy or something. And oh my gosh, those circus peanuts, I did not like those. But it was so funny because back then, the candy that most people could afford to buy in bulk enough to share with all the neighborhood kids, they didn't have individual wrappings until they came, you know, with the what do you call it? I cannot remember what you call it, but it's black and orange, and they would be individually wrapped. And then when we got a little bit older, because we were real small then. So I'll say when we got like to be 11, 12, 13, it was the big bowl, the little candy with the gum in the inside. You know, we could get more individually wrapped candy then, you know. And it wasn't that the individually wrapped candy wasn't available. It's just that when you're at home, we got the cheapest candy, but we always try to get the best tasting because there's no need to get the cheap one if you're not gonna like it. So candy corn, most of us like candy corn, but after a while you get tired of it. And then those circus peanuts, I didn't like the circus peanuts at all. That candy that came in a round tin can was nasty, but those butter cookies in the can were yeah, right. Oh my goodness, yep. That those cookies were good. And see, the thing about the cookies, so sassy, I would pick like I would pick certain ones out. The ones that had the sugar on them, I didn't like those. There were some that had like the sugar specks on them. I didn't like that. I didn't like that. And I'm trying to remember. It was like whenever we were done with the tin can, it would always be like 3 or 4 of those left. Nobody wanted those. I don't know what it was about those. You know, if anybody ate those, it was usually somebody who was really greedy, or somebody who just didn't care, or was just craving something to eat. But the other pieces, they were good. They were good. The other pieces were good. Somebody lost some jewelry. They lost some jewelry. It didn't look expensive. It did not look expensive at all. Yeah. He was kind of loud, but he wasn't bad. Because I hated when people come through here like, this ain't the ghetto. Why you flying through here? Girl, I had knocked the speed sign down. Start calling the police, because some people start doing the most. It's always that one, or either those who come through the neighborhood knowing it's 25, flying through the neighborhood, blasting that music that nobody wants to hear but them. Blasting that music that nobody wants to hear but them. Like, don't do us any favors. We're not trying to listen to your music. It's always that one. But yeah, those cookies in the tin, those were good. I didn't like the ones with the sugar. I just don't like sugar cookies anyway, so I didn't like those. Those would be left. It would always be 3 or 4 of those left. And which ones? There's something else. That candy. You know, when you're little, it was okay, and it wasn't even okay. It's just that, you know, it's a mind thing. It's candy. You know, it's candy, so you ate it. But I didn't eat much. We didn't eat much of it. You know, our parents didn't even buy it. It was always the people in the neighborhood, like the older people, and they would have it to give to the kids, but nobody liked it. Nobody liked it. Nobody liked it. Yeah, it's like certain ones of those cookies. Yep. Yes, the double mint in the green pack, juicy fruit in the yellow, and spearmint in the... Okay, spearmint was in the white pack. I couldn't remember. For some reason, I wanted to say blue. But you know what? I'm probably thinking like, you know, the newer wrappings that they have now. I think peppermint is blue, or winter green, or winter something. Blue, like in the packs that they have now. But like way back in the day, yes, it was juicy fruit was yellow. The double mint was green. So spearmint was blue. And then remember Big Red, the cinnamon? The Big Red was red. The Big Red was red. It was red. If they weren't your favorite either, sassy. No ma'am, no ma'am, no sugar cookies for me. No sugar cookies for me. I don't know. I've always just really liked chocolate chip, chocolate and chocolate chip. Those have always been my favorite. When it comes to desserts, sweets. Now, you know, we had our little Swiss roll thing this week. And Yeah, when you open those things up, the chocolate ones, the chocolate falls off. It's like the chocolate falls off. And so it's just like cake in the middle. And so that's why I wasn't partial to those. Like, anyway, back in the day, the only little Debbie I was partial to was the oatmeal cream pies. The oatmeal cream pies and the coffee donuts. The little, I don't know the exact name for them, but they're good with coffee. I know they're good with coffee. They don't have that coffee, yeah, I'm just looking at him. I'm like, is that necessary? They don't have that coffee taste. They're like donuts. They're a pastry, but they don't taste like coffee cake. But they're good with coffee. They are good with coffee. I guess I'll go this way. I didn't see my little friend today. They were making a lot of noise over there. The new spearmint is in a green pack. So what is double mint in? What did they put the double mint? That Wrigley. Is that Wrigley's gum? So Wrigley's had double mint, spearmint, big red, and was it winter green or winter fresh? Something like that. So if they put the spearmint in the green pack, what did they do with the double mint? Do they still make double mint? My mom used to empty the can for her. Yep, for a sewing container. Yep. My mom had all of her thread, her thimbles, her needles, and she would leave the needles in a little box. But girl, sometimes my mom would just throw the needles over in there. No needles in there, sassy. She would just throw the needles over in there. And I was like, she said to tell us to bring her the can, and it was just something about it. She never complained about being stuck, cause they just knew how to go in there without getting stuck. My mom would use those tin cans to throw all her sewing stuff in there. The thimbles, the thread, the needles. How you doing? The thimbles, the threads, the needles. Just threw it all over in the cookie canister. Those canisters didn't go to waste. Yes, sassy. Did you hear me pause? Like that's all I could do. I didn't even think to hit the mute button because it was just, you know how something is just like, it just leaves you speechless. I just kind of watched it. I just kind of looked at it like, are you serious? Because he came to a stop, and as he came up to the stop, he wasn't loud. But as he drove off, as he came off the brakes and gave it gas, I was like, oh my God, like, are you serious? Are you serious? Like, what makes people like those loud cars like that? And I don't know, maybe it means it's got a good whatever, or it's because it was all souped up, and I'm like, nothing that sounds like that sounds good. I wouldn't be able to tell. Now, of course, when something just sounds like clackety clack, clackety clack. But sometimes they're like, oh, that's got a good motor. He did this to this car. He fixed it or he redone it. And I'm like, and it's just loud. Yeah, he did, and it's just loud. Double is still green. Oh, okay. So the double mint is green. And hello, how are you? Good. So the double mint is green, and the spearmint green too. Are both of them green? There's another one. There's another one. What DJ Khaled says, another one. Now that one, he gets on my nerves because he's friendly and he's nice. But I want to tell him sometimes, just like, does it take all that? Like, does it require all that noise? Oh my goodness. So the double mint is the same color green, and what was the other one? Spearmint was in white. I thought you said there was another one that's green. The new spearmint is in green. So is it like a different green, or are they both in the same color green? Oh my goodness. Now see, I'm almost done now. I've been on here for 52 minutes and I'm winding down. I'm almost done. And the sun is, I guess it's battling itself. It's fighting itself. It doesn't know what it wants to do. It goes in and it pops right back out. It goes in and it pops right, like I can see right now. Like I can see now. But for a while, the sun was cutting up. It was cutting up. And there was no need for me to go slower. No, these grass allergies.
I enjoyed you. I'm back out here.
Okay, that's good. That's good. These grass allergies tear me up. The pollen want to tear me up. Good goodness. Hey, retirement days. Hey, Betty. How are you? Good to see you. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Fun Friday. Fed up Friday. And you don't have to be fed up for a bad reason. Y'all, I don't even know that lady. She was like, I'm back out here. And I was like, okay, that's good. Like I promise you, I don't even know. I've never seen her out here before. Okay, it's darker. Okay, I got you. I got you. Yeah, it's like, that's just like when you see someone out at the grocery store and they know you and you don't know them. Oh my gosh, y'all, I be feeling so funny when I see people I know, or either like they know me and I don't know them, or it comes to me, but it's been so long since I've seen them that I just didn't, you know what I mean? And it's not that they look even totally different. When I realize who it is, it's like, oh, okay. But yeah, I feel so funny when I see people that I've known from the past and I hadn't seen them in a while. And they remember me and I don't remember them. And I'm like, you know what? It's just like that sometimes. It be like that sometimes. Cause there are people who I'm sure I remember them and they don't remember me, but they don't say anything. They just act. They just play it off. And then when you walk off, they probably tell their kid or their friend, like, I don't know who that is. Have y'all ever been like that? Like been with your spouse or your friends or something, and you see somebody who knows you and you don't know them? Now, sometimes it'll come to you. But I'm talking about the times when you cannot remember that person. Or you remember their face, but you guys really weren't like, you know how like you know people, you know of people, and you never really even had like a conversation. You just know of each other. But then you see them somewhere and they're like, hey, how you doing? And you're like, I'm good, how are you? And you exchange pleasantries. But then you're kind of shocked because it's never been like that before. Allergy season has been really long. Yes, yes, yes. And what is this? We're coming up to what's today? The 26th? Coming up to the end of April. It really won't kind of wear off maybe until mid-May. Around mid-May. For me, it'll get better. Hopefully. Hopefully. Because like, this grass hasn't bothered me as much before as it has this year either. So, yeah. So hopefully, and the thing about my allergies, like, if I'm out here for a long time, by the time I'm ready to get off alive, they start to bother me. Because y'all remember when I leave home, I can, wherever I'm going, it usually won't kick in until I've gotten to where I'm going. And that just bothers me so much because I'm like, okay, I'm just thinking and hoping, okay, I'm good today. And then by the time I get out and go to whether it's work or wherever I'm going, that's when they said, no, we didn't forget. They said, no, we didn't forget. So I had just said that like my eyes don't bother me as much since like I first started. Like my allergies first started when I was like 17. Okay, it was my eyes, my nose, my throat. Well, over the years, it's mostly been my nose and itchy throat. And I said that this season, y'all, when I tell you this week, my eyes have been itching like crazy. And so when I checked the allergy forecast, this week pollen has been like early in the week, it was moderately high. So I knew I would have some, issues. But like Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday today, the tree pollen has been low to none. But the grass has been high all week. So I'm thinking that's got to be what's going on with my eyes. Sassy says that means she been seeing you walk. Yep, yep, yep. Because I was like, oh, okay. Like, yes, good, good, good. You want to encourage. I want to be encouraging, but I'm like, I don't remember seeing you at all. But that's good. I like seeing people walking, because there are certain people I see every day. And, the only way I don't see them is if I go a little bit earlier or later, or if they go a little bit earlier or later. That's the only way I don't see them. Yep, she's been seeing me, and I haven't. You know where I am right now? I'm close to the lady that asked me about walking with me. I don't want to say it loudly. I'm close to that house. Yes, Sassy, it's like, so it's like I'll see them and they'll see me, and they'll speak, and of course I speak back, but they're it's like a good speak. It's like a, hey, how you doing? Hadn't seen you in a while kind of thing sometimes. And I'll be like, yeah, good to see you, like and I'm like, who is that? Or I may know the face and can't remember their name. But the way that they spoke, it's like we were like good buddies at one point. Because you know how sometimes, especially people you may have gone to school with or that you may have worked with right out of school, and you may have even hung out a couple of times like years ago. And say it's been like 10, 15 years you haven't seen each other. Now, I could see speaking to someone like that, like they kind of know you like that. It's just you guys just haven't seen each other in a long time. But sometimes it's people who you know by face, but you never really had like conversations with them for real, and they'll act like you guys have been friends, like, and it's like I feel kind of funny because I'm like, we don't even know each other like that, but I do speak back. I do speak back. I do speak back. I do speak back. Yep, I do. And then it was like yesterday, I saw someone that I had gone to college with, and we walked right past each other, and it was kind of like we both paused after we passed. So sometimes it's people that you truly even know, but if it's been a while, you look at them. If you're just kind of walking and have your mind set on what you're doing, you'll be like, that was Lisa. Like you're like, that was Lisa. And you have to make, and I'm the person like this. If I see someone that I've known and we've talked and we may have went to school together, and I see them and I don't speak to them initially, I turn around and I'm like, and I could tell both of us turned around like, I thought that was you. So that kind of thing. So that happens a lot. But I always, if I catch it, I always try to go back, because I never want people to think, sometimes people will think that you're acting different, in a negative way, or that, you're acting uppity or something. So yeah, like I saw someone I went to college with yesterday, and we passed each other, and I saw her first, I think, because you never know. So I think I saw her first. And so, and I just looked off, and then something was like, it's a little voice says like, you know her. So when the little voice said, you know her, I immediately turned around. And when I turned around, I saw her turning around, and then we spoke. It was so funny. So, sometimes it just happens like that. But you would be amazed at how many people will think that you're being rude. You'll be amazed at how many people think that you're being rude when you just miss it. Sometimes you just miss it. It's kind of like, an example I'll give is like, Sometimes when your kids are talking to you and you're in a zone or your mind is like, has someone ever told you you were looking one way? But sometimes your mind is like that. It's like you're honed in on something else and you can see someone you know and you won't speak to them, not because you're, something's trying to bite me, not because you're being uppity or non-engaging. It's just your mind was like on something else. Like, so I try to, turn around, make that U-turn, and be like, hey, I didn't know it was you. And the first thing some negative people will say was they could do the same thing. Yeah, they could. I mean, but somebody has to do it first. Like sometimes somebody has to do it first. And sometimes it happens kind of like yesterday. It just happens at the same time. It just happens at the same time. You know, I just try not to think of it as them intentionally not speaking unless unless we've had some type of disagreement. And then, sometimes people don't move on from disagreements. Sometimes you can have a disagreement with somebody, and the next time you see them, they will not speak to you. Sometimes the disagreement is more serious to them than it is to you. And sometimes it's more serious to you than it is to them. Because I ain't going to even lie, there have been people that have rubbed me the wrong way. And if I saw them, to me, it's just like we just see each other and that's it. I don't expect them to speak and I'm not mad if they don't. I don't expect them to speak and I can't believe no trolls. I know, Sassy, maybe they're enjoying this Friday, girl. Maybe they're enjoying the Friday. I cannot believe it. Somebody came in who I haven't seen before, but they didn't say anything. So, kind of like when they do sin, girl, they start clowning. They start acting up like that. YouTube was pushing the content creators out a lot, real hot and heavy, and they were really in bad at one point. But now that the streaming app is getting older, that vertical streaming is getting older, and they're not sending you, I guess, all over the place, then fewer trolls are coming in. So people who don't usually have a lot of people in their chats were even getting a lot of trolls, or at least like three or four. And so like over in her chat, oh my goodness, it was just like, wow, how many people were coming in who, and those are people who usually may have 100 or 200 in their chats anyway. Then imagine an extra 50 trolls. And it may not be 50 at one time, but what I'm saying, like an extra 50 may come through during that particular live. So yeah, an extra 50 or so may come through during that particular live. So yes, no trolls today. Whoever that one person was, if they did something, I didn't catch it. I didn't catch it because I couldn't. The sun was shining so bright, I really couldn't see what they were doing. So it has been an hour. I cannot believe it. I've got to get me something to eat. Today is Friday. I didn't take anything down to cook. It's so strange because sometimes on Friday I just wing it. You know how I never pick which day I'm just gonna do whatever. Like I try to eat right most times, but I don't all of the time. But I do try to have like a set day when I just do whatever. And it used to be like Saturday or Sunday. Well, I'll say Saturday, really, because Friday or Saturday. Now it tends to be like just whatever day. I just kind of look over the week, and if I've been eating right for 2 weeks, it may be Wednesday or Thursday, I just decide to splurge. If I've been eating right, I think everybody should give themselves like a day or even 2, especially if you're eating right 5 days a week throughout the day. You can give yourself a day or 2. Just don't overindulge on those 2 days. You can treat yourself or you can allow yourself to splurge a little bit. Just don't overindulge. I saw that person, but I couldn't understand the language. Me neither. Me neither. So I don't know if they were a troll or not. So we're going to look, Sassy, we're going to claim that it wasn't a troll, okay? So today was a troll-free day. But I do notice that a lot of times on like the days that I notice, it's kind of like maybe Tuesday and Friday, especially Friday, it's not as active. So I don't know. I guess they like, they're partying or something. I guess they find them something to do. I guess they realize it's the weekend and they give you a break. But hey, at some point Saturday, they jump back into the swing of things. They jump right back into this. And it seems like at night. Seems like at nighttime too. At nighttime, it seems like they jump on here and troll a lot. Just like Chef Finest Wine said the other night, like, who in the world is trolling this time of night? But I noticed that at nighttime, they'll troll. They'll troll you heavy at nighttime. Me too. I was looking in the fridge for something. I have a taste for some shrimp. I know, gosh, Sassy. Yes, and it's like I have to watch myself with shrimp because I don't want to eat too much because of the cholesterol. But it's like I try, because you can even eat healthy with shrimp as long as you haven't eaten a whole lot of cholesterol filled stuff throughout the day or throughout the week. So yeah, you can eat healthy with shrimp, or either maybe even some nice salmon or something, some good omega-3 fatty acids in it. So it's just that when you eat a lot of seafood all the time, you got to be mindful of that. You got to watch that, because that cholesterol is no joke. The cholesterol is no joke. You want to keep that cholesterol. You want to keep that HDL up and that LDL down. And of course, keep those triglycerides. Try to keep those triglycerides in order. So, and the best way to do that is just to try to, eat as good as you can. Eat as good as you can. So that's why I know I don't eat perfectly. Like, I honestly believe that. Now, I'm not one. I have a friend, y'all. If we go out for lunch, she wants a dessert. If we go out for dinner, she wants a dessert. If we go out for breakfast, almost, that's probably the only thing she won't say. What are we getting for dessert? It's like, it's always, what are we getting for dessert? And I'm like, oh my gosh, do you have to, like, I don't have to have an appetizer and I don't have to have a dessert. I just want a good entree. And I might get a dessert depending on my mood. And most of the time I take the dessert home. Yeah, so I don't have to have appetizers. But I'm like this. Depending on the appetizer and the size of it, depending on what the appetizer is and the size of it, that could be my meal. That can be my entree. Your salmon is frozen? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. If it's thin, it won't, you can just throw it over in some water, cold water. If it's thin, you can throw it over in some water. But I don't know, that's still kind of a catch-22 because salmon thaws quickly, but just depending on how thick or thin it is, by the time it does thaw, you may be starving. Like, even if it takes like an hour, sometimes salmon will thaw quickly, especially if it's not thin. But if you're hungry now, you're looking for something you can prepare in the next few minutes, by the time it thaws, you'll still be starving. You'll be starving. So I don't know. I feel like I said, she eats dessert. If we go out to lunch today, like together on a day, she may get dessert. She's known for getting desserts. All of our friends know she loves desserts. And then say we go out to dinner, she's asking about dessert. And I'm like, girl, I don't want all that dessert. I don't want all that dessert. I usually don't get dessert. Like I said, and if I do, I tend to take it home or most of it home. And a lot of times I won't even get an entree. I'll get an appetizer and use that and eat that as an entree. But if I want to have enough to take home, I'll get enough. You don't have a taste for salmon? Girl, get those shrimps in, Sassy. It's Friday. Heck, enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the weekend. I'm telling you, you know you eat good most of the week. Kind of splurge on a day, sometimes two. But if you're gonna splurge two, make sure it's moderation. Moderation is key. Moderation is key even when we splurge. It's key even when we splurge. Because you get some people, they splurge and they go in. Like, like they go in. Their splurge is like a week. It's enough for a week and 2 days. Their splurge is enough for a week and 2 days. But I do believe, like, depending on your taste buds and what you like, I don't believe in a dessert with every meal, but I do feel like you can enjoy something sweet every day. Like, you know how they always encourage you, nutritionists and trainers, they encourage you to stay away from the carbs, the high carbs and the sweets. Now, I do believe that you can still do that. Like, you can eat something sweet every day. Now, I'm not going to do a dessert with lunch and a dessert with dinner, no. But I probably won't even eat my sweet with it. But I might just, as a snack, as a snack, I'll eat me something that's a little bit sweet, but I'll make sure I'm not eating the whole thing. Like, I've always been good about, like, I'll get a Snickers bar, and I'll ask my nephew, do you want a piece? I ask my niece, do you want a piece? I ask my kids, hey, y'all want a piece? And even if we can break up that small Snickers into 3, I'll do that. I just do believe in sometimes getting you something, a sweet taste. Sometimes, just satisfy that sweet desire that you have. It doesn't take the whole candy bar. Or like, I'll get a Mr. Good bar and just get get one block with 3 of the little squares on it. And I'll give it to them. So I do feel like a sweeter day is fine. I can remember my great grandmother, her thing was a Baby Ruth. I think I told you guys that before. She was diabetic, and the doctor told her that she could have a Baby Ruth a day. But especially if you're gonna do the other things that you need to do to try to, keep things in check as well as you can, I feel like just something, one sweet a day is fine. I don't feel like that's overindulging. I don't feel like you're eating sweets heavily. One sweet a day, I think that's fine. Don't deprive yourself, because a lot of times people will deprive themselves and they will go days without eating anything sweet, and they'll be craving it and they'll be wanting it. And then when they do get it, they end up eating a whole pack of Oreos. They end up eating a whole pack of Oreos within 2 hours. So don't deprive yourself, because when you deprive yourself, that's when you end up overindulging at some point. You're going to do the shrimp. Okay, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm back talking about food, and I get a phone call saying what's for dinner. Sassy says, I want something sweet. I grab some fruit or yogurt. Yes. See, that's how I am too. Like, that's why I feel like my friend, like, I can't hang with her a lot of times when it comes to eating, because, I resist it. I don't want it, but it's like, she's like, you don't want something? You don't want something? I'm like, no. She's trying to get somebody to eat it with her. I'm like, no, I don't. I don't want it. I don't. And she's like, you sure? Like, I'm positive. I'm like, I'm positive. I don't want anything. But, so I'll eat like I said, like a sweet a day, but it'll be like, I'll share a box of, say, Whoppers or something. Like, I like Whoppers and I like Goobers. Like, I might get a box and I split it, like, or I'll just put it up. I'll just get some out of there, like a small handful, and I'll put it up. I usually I like chocolate candy that has peanuts, like peanut clusters and stuff like that. But now, when it comes to yogurt, I do love yogurt. I love yogurt. I love Chobani, and I love what is it? I think it's is it Stonyfield or Storyfield? Stonyfield, something like that. I usually get that if I usually get Chobani, but if I can't get that, and every now and again I get a taste for that. Is it Activia? I'll eat the Activia. Hey, Brilliant. Hey, my beautiful sis. Hey, Brilliant. How you doing? So yeah, I do love yogurt, and I love the Activia. And I used to eat, what is the other yogurt? Yoplait. I used to eat Yoplait, but it has so much sugar. The Yoplait has so much sugar until I don't mess with Yoplait too much. But I stick with that Chobani and the Stonyfield. And I throw some oats in there, or I make a parfait. Like I got a few shorts where I make my parfaits. Bree says, hey girl, dad, Melissa B, sis, Key Kitchen, retirement days. Happy Friday, beautiful people. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, beautiful, brilliant. Thank you for coming into the chat. Peanut butter satisfy my sweet craving. Really, peanut butter? And some people just take a spoon of peanut butter and eat it. Some people just take a spoon of peanut butter and eat it. Yep, I remember when we were kids, we would do that. Just take a spoon of peanut butter and eat it. Oh, see, I was talking about food. Now I've talked food up, and I don't know what to get. Cause see, I like to cook, and like that food. I uploaded food yesterday. I didn't eat most of that. I tasted it because I was out. I was out with someone, and so I tasted it. I had the little blue crawfish. Not the blue crawfish. Blue crab. The little blue crab legs. And I had a couple of crawfish. Yeah, I said blue crawfish. Yep. A lot of times, I can remember when we were young, we would get a spoonful of peanut butter. And it would satisfy you for a while. But yeah, I try to eat like bananas, berries. Berries are the best fruit. So I try to eat blueberries, raspberries, strawberries. I love blueberries, raspberries, and strawberries. I love them. I love a yummy parfait, sis. Banana yogurt with the granola and fruit on top. Yum. Yes, yes, yes. And to me, the best parfaits are homemade. The best parfaits are homemade. As a matter of fact, I'll do another short. Because I got yogurt at home. I don't know if I have any berries, but I'm going shopping tomorrow. I think I ate up the last of my raspberries. But yeah, and I think I'm gonna make me two smoothies. I gotta taste. I'm missing smoothies. I'm missing my smoothies. So yeah, I have to be careful with the fruit because you can overeat fruit as well. Like fruit, the antioxidants, the vitamins, perfect for you, healthy. But sometimes people will tend to eat a whole bunch of fruit to avoid eating, like, I guess, junk food. But you have to watch their sweets. You have to watch the sugar. It's natural sugar, but it's still sugar. It's natural sugar, but it's still sugar. That's just like butter. A lot of people stay away from butter. Butter is okay, but don't use too much. Don't use too much. It's definitely not okay when you use too much. So yeah, I love fruit. I love fruit. I love apples. I love oranges. I love apples, oranges, and bananas. The basic ones. I love the basic, and then I love kiwi. I'm not too fond of mangoes. I love cantaloupe, honeydew melon. I love to make cantaloupe and honeydew melon water and just sit those in the fridge and let them get cold. I love to make strawberry water. Just throw the water in all of my fruit. I love to just throw it in a canister. I throw it in my in one of my canisters, and I just let it sit and I let it get cold. Y'all, it's so refreshing. It's so refreshing. So I do that. In fact, I haven't done those shorts in a while. That's what I'll do. I'll do some of those shorts. Some of my fruit. I'm going tomorrow to get some fruit. I got to re-up on that. And I got a taste for smoothies. I prefer the fresh fruit, but if you get the cold berries, you don't have to throw ice in there. You don't have to worry about throwing ice in there. But yes, I love to give me some yogurt, throw some oats over in there, oats, fruits. Hey, you got you a perfect parfait. You got you a perfect parfait. Yes, yes. But y'all, the draft is back on tonight, so I'm about to get up out of here. The first round was last night. The second round is tonight, and tomorrow will be the third and last day. And hopefully, those who don't get drafted tonight will find themselves a new NFL home tomorrow. Wishing every college player who declared for the draft, wishing them luck. Congratulations to the first round, to the ones who got drafted yesterday. That's the big money. That's the bigger money. That first day. So congratulations to all of the new people, to the people who were newly drafted yesterday, and to those who will be drafted tonight and tomorrow. Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love watching those who are able to attend, and I love watching the parties, the watch parties at home. That's why I told them yesterday, I said, Brittany would have made me miss the draft, y'all. I said, Brittany talking about the draft came on in the afternoon. I was like, what? I was like, when they made that change? I was Googling everything. I was like, I know they didn't. They better not. I was like, they better not. But yes, it was yesterday. It was yesterday evening. It's this evening and tomorrow. So if you are a fan of college football or the NFL, watch the draft. It's just fun. It's fun. Hello. I don't know what language that is, but hello. Welcome into the chat. I appreciate you. But I'm about to get out of here. I might come back later after the draft is over. Thursday it started, but it's late afternoon here in Washington. Yeah, it's Thursday. Girl, I be forgetting. I know it's 3 days, but I know it's at night, like 7, like 7 o'clock. That's why I was like, she must be talking about some type of party or something, or some type of like college game day will start early. So sometimes the coverage will start early. So it'll start early during the day, but the actual draft itself is like a night event and a late evening, depending on what coast. I think by 5 for everybody it's on, cause it's like at 4. My bad, sis. I should have needed more clear. More clear. Can't wait to discuss draft details next time we meet. Oh, you good, Brian? I knew it was probably some other show, or either like just the full coverage or something like that. But like the actual draft itself is always a night event. So I was trying to see what else was going on. But wherever they have it at, whatever city it's in, sometimes they have all kinds of stuff going on. So I figured maybe you had saw something that was talking about some of the like pre-draft coverage or something. Like the pre-draft coverage. Yep. But I wanted to make sure. Because I didn't want to miss it. Because, sometimes they do change stuff. They do change things. They will change things around on you. I'm trying to find something to watch when it goes off. What y'all watching on Netflix? Hulu? Do you guys watch Peacock? So what are you guys watching? What series are you watching, or what movies are you liking right now on Netflix, Hulu, Peacock, and what else? What other streaming is it? What other streaming service is it? I'm trying to find me something. It's Friday night. Don't have to go to bed early. So when you can stay up late, it's nice to find something to watch on TV. Because you know how we do. We scroll through these YouTube streets. We scroll through these YouTube streets. But I want to watch something on on TV, on my computer or something. Something good to watch. I don't know any good I don't know any good series because I just don't watch TV like that anymore. I do not watch TV like that anymore. So tell me something good that you guys are watching. And then it's something about all these stuff like, believe it or not, y'all, I never got into Power at all. And it's not that I thought it was bad. I thought it was actually really good. Most likely it had to be good because there were so many people watching it. But you know how you just never watch something? You just never watch it. And I just never watched it. I just never watched it. So I have thought about watching it from start to finish. But because, like I said, I know it was good. Because like him or not, which I do, love him or not, which I do, it seems like anything 50 Cent touches is going to be good. It's going to be good. It may not be good to everybody, but the general consensus is that it's good. Kind of like Tyler Perry. Everybody doesn't like Tyler Perry. Everybody doesn't like his approach or his movies. But generally speaking, many people do. Many people do. So that's how I am. I don't think there's a lot he can do that will fail. Like there are some things he can fail. He's human. But I'm saying like most of his stuff, I think for the most part, 80% of his projects are good. That's how I think about 50 Cent too. Like 80% of his stuff, I'm sure will do good. There's always going to be someone who just doesn't like it just because of who he is. That's just like with Oprah. There's always going to be somebody who doesn't like her projects just because it was done by Oprah. Just because Oprah's name is attached to it. You know, sometimes people just don't like people. Even though they've never met them and they probably never will. There could be things that they've heard about them, you know, that won't allow them to like them. But then sometimes they just don't like their work. Like some people, they just don't like Tyler Perry's work. But most people like Power. Now, when other things started to come out, of course, the comparisons started. And you had those who said whatever show was better than Power, yada, 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 yada. So that's going to happen. It's just human nature. But there are some people, 80% of their projects are good or liked or well received. Just do great. They just do good. So I got to find me something to watch. Whether it's old or whether it's current, I got to find something. So that way I can not look at YouTube so much. I cannot look at YouTube so much. Not look at other things so much. Give some other things a try. So I'm going to get out of here, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. I'm going to wish you peace, positivity, and prosperity. Because without peace, there's chaos. Without positivity, there's negativity. And wherever chaos and negativity live, you fail to prosper to your fullest potential. I want you guys to have a great weekend, a wonderful, wonderful, fantastic Friday. And like I said, like the title says, if you're fed up today, this is Fed Up Friday for you, have some fun. Have some fun. Find something to do to have some fun, okay? Treat yourselves, treat your families, relax your mind, clear your minds. Clear your minds, okay? Clear your minds. Relax your minds, okay? Don't go into anybody's misery lounge. Don't. They'll invite you in, but don't go. And if you go in there and you find out that it's no good, leave. Leave, 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 leave. And on that note, I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow on the next Let's Walk and Talk live. Okay? On the next Let's Walk and Talk live. Okay? I will see you guys tomorrow or Sunday. Look, tomorrow and or Sunday, if it's the Lord's will. That's what we'll say, tomorrow and or Sunday. Because sometimes we need a break from these devices, okay? Sometimes we need a break from these devices. We do. And sometimes we just need to just walk with nothing. Walk with your hands open, your mind open, your ears open, your eyes open, and just deep breathe, deep breathe, deep breathe. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. All right? That's what I want you guys to do. I want you to click on this live replay or any of my live replays and watch my legs move. Watch them move and be encouraged to move. Be encouraged to walk, skate, dance, work out in some form of fashion. Elliptical, treadmill, bicycle, swimming. Just move. Move, 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 move. I wish you happy times. My name is Mujahid. Is that it? Mujahid? Mujahid, I hope I said your name right. Welcome into the live. Thank you for coming by. We're about to end the live, but I do appreciate you coming through. And thank you for those. Looks like roses. It looks like roses. I appreciate that. Where are you from? Where are you from? I don't know what your language is, but thank you for stopping by. I do appreciate it. I really, truly do. I hope you're saying something nice. I don't know if you can understand me, understand my language or not, but I hope that you're saying something nice. Y'all, the sun is finally setting and it finally feels so good. And now I'm starting to think I should have waited until sunset. Until sunset. But I wanted to go ahead and go ahead and start I exercised early. I was done. I wanted to go ahead and walk early. I've been trying to exercise and come live earlier. But hey, this heat is starting to pick up. The heat is starting to pick up. It fooled us for a little while. Well, like the past 2 weeks, it's been really cool outside. It's been really cool outside, and it's been nice. It's been nice, to be honest. It's been nice. So I'm almost done. The live is basically over, but I'm gonna stay live until I get to where I'm going. So welcome to anyone who comes in. Just watch my legs move. Watch my legs move. Use that movement as encouragement to move. Watch my legs move and use that as encouragement for you to move. Okay? All right. And thank you to the 5 people that thumbs up the live. I appreciate you because you didn't have to do it, but you did. You did. You didn't have to do it, but you did, but you did. And I thank you for it. I'm from the United States of America. I'm from the U.S., USA, USA, USA. Where are you from? Where are you from? And what time is it? What time is it where you are? Where are you from? And what time is it where you are? Sometimes I wish we could hear each other. I wish I could hear you guys so I could know how to pronounce your names. So I could know how to pronounce your names. Now, why would I do that? Why would I do that? That wouldn't be something I would do. If you're dizzy, that means you might not need to watch this live, right? Right? If you're dizzy, you need to scroll to a different live. What kind is that? Hold on a second.